Yeah, come connect with me on LinkedIn and we can continue the discussions more if anyone has any questions.
Mm, all right. So even if someone has any question, they can reach to Marshall through GitHub account or LinkedIn or somehow they can reach. And in case if they have any questions, maybe I can later communicate with you also. So with that, I would like to move to now my our next session with Sujin. Hi, Sujin. Are you available? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I can share my screen.
Yeah, thank you. You can share your screen. So let me bring
All
Sujin's
right.
screen. Yeah.
All
So
right.
welcome, Shujin. Shujin is also one of our Microsoft MVP expert, and his topic is Rise of AI Agents, building the intelligent workflow with Copilot Studio. Definitely worth using Copilot Studio for building AI agents. It's really handy and low code. I mean, no code as well. Like just drag and drop, and we can build our agent. So over to you, Sujin. Thank you, and thank you once again. And again, I want to appreciate you since we are already late, and thanks for your availability.
No worries. Thanks a lot for having me today here. And you know, thanks to everyone. Today, like he said, I'll be talking about the Copilot Studio, and I'll be building the agents. And Frank already explained a little bit about the Copilot Studio and how does it work. And also, I'll go a little maybe like kind of basic stuff today. Before I start exploring all these things, let me introduce myself. I'm Sujin Nalarat. I'm from India, and I'm a Microsoft Graph MVP. Also, I'm a corporate trainer. I do deliver the training on MS Intune, little coding, and MS Graph, and many things. And I'm a tech blogger as well. I work on the DevOps stuff as well. All right, and it's all about me. I request everyone who is listening me to send me a connection request over the LinkedIn, and that's the great thing about all this kind of the community event, so we can get connected each other and we can talk each other and we can share the contents and we can share the learnings together and we can grow it together. So that's what I enjoy with all these kind of events always. So yeah, let's connect over the LinkedIn as well. All right. So, before I get started about the Copilot or any other topic, so maybe this is how I generally used to start any topics before I go into deeper of the topics. I believe it's always better to know about the history of the topics which we're gonna learn, or maybe which we're gonna talk today. Many of the people, or many of folks are believing that AI is something is new for us. Actually, it's not. Since 1950 onwards, AI is there. Lots of like an evolution happened in the AI. In 1950s, the birth of AI happened, and there was something called Turing test, and like there are many things happened in 1980s. The machine learning was invented, and what we see here, something called generative AI or Gen AI, and the Copilot, and like many other things are happening in 20s. Right, so latest one, which is obviously the generative AI, happened in 2020s, and like LLM and many things. We are just still doing it, and we are still learning. So what I was trying to say here, by putting this chart in front of you, AI is not something new for us. So like probably we have started using the AIs like recently, but it's been there more than maybe around 75 years. So yep, that's all about this slide. And if I go to the next slide, so we already talked about the Copilot Studio. What is Copilot Studio? Uh, like we know, Copilot Studio is a low-code graphical platform from the Microsoft for building and managing the AI powerful agent and the workflows. This is how the Copilot Studio agent will looks like, and you can create your own agent and you can customize it later. And it's a part of Power Platform. When I say the Power Platform, so you probably are working on many power tools like Power BI or Power Apps or Power Automate or anything it could be, you can name it. So it's just part of a Power Platform tool, and it combines with the natural language and the automation. So obviously it's doing the automation, and it's generating the automation, maybe creating a response, or maybe giving the output in a natural language. There's an advantage of the Copilot agent. So we used to create the agent, or maybe chatbots, or maybe another kind of automation using the Power Automation as well, but we never had the option to create a natural language or maybe generate a natural language. That's what the Copilot does. It enables users to create a custom Copilot. As you all know, you could just ask the questions, you could get the answers, and you could integrate to the many business system, and that will definitely make your business better and better and better, no doubt at all. And you can deploy this the agent that we created using the Copilot Studio to any stuff, like any channel, like Microsoft Teams, or maybe the SharePoint, or maybe a personal website. You can create your own apps. You can deploy to social platforms like a Facebook or anything, you name it, and you can just make it available to the public in any platform. So that's a great thing with the multi-channel deployment feature. And moreover, like we said, you are not writing any single line code here. That's a great thing. So most of other people are not developers, and they are like literally not coding anything, but still they could create their own channels, or maybe their own the agents, and they can deploy it to any channels. Like I said here, it could be Teams or SharePoint, anything. And you can do the data integration. You can connect it to different data sources, right? It can be anything. It can be like a graph or SharePoint, or could be APIs, could be any public website or anything. And the agent will be powerful to get the data from that data source, and will generate the answers for you. So if you are new to the Copilot Studio, you must understand the ecosystem of the Copilot Studio. That's something great here. And as you could see, there are many things like topics and triggers and actions, channels, security, governance, and data source, many things. Right. If I go a little deeper, the topics and triggers are the one where you manage your input. Okay. So in the topics, you define how agent can understand the response the user input. So user will ask something, and if you're not trained your agent to answer that question, answer that keyword, or answer that response, the agent will not be able to respond to your question. So you have to literally train your agent defining the topics, and the trigger will initiate the conversation in the workflow, and the action will be able to do the maybe perform the actions as name states. It could be sending an email, it could be sending a message, it could be updating a record, it could be anything that you generally wanted to do with the Copilot Studio. That can be done using the actions. And the channels, like I said already, you can deploy your agents to multiple channels, like Microsoft Teams, website, social platforms, or social maybe a social media application. So and you can create your own website and put it on that website. So that all would work with the Copilot Studio. And the data studio we already discussed, sorry, the data source we already discussed. And the data source, we give the data that would generate the generative response that will help your business. The security and governance, you are making your Copilot Studio secure. And this is the admin center for managing the agent. So well, obviously, when you put this for the public, and when you put this for the many users, you need to make sure that your Copilot Studio is secure always. All right. So what is an agent? So we already discussed about the agent. Frank had given idea about the agent. So I'm not much explaining about the agent, but what I would say, it could be non-technical term, but agent is also an automation. So it's a modern way of automation, I would say. And but here in the Copilot Studio, you're creating a generative agent response, or maybe generative response with the automation. So you're doing a generative response plus automation, and that's what you call it as an agent. So it's a modern word of automations. That's what I would say. And you can deploy the agent what you create, like I said, to multiple channels. And like I said, it's a in agent in Copilot Studio is an AI powered digital assistant that can understand the natural language. So the language what you generally talk, it can understand, and it can automate your day-to-day tasks. Obviously, you are doing something automation here, nothing else, and interact with the users across the multiple channels. That would work with the agent. So basically, like I said, it's just an automation. It's another way of automating your business. That's it. All right, so it's autonomous and it's like in a scalable, and you can deploy the agent what you create to a multiple channel with no efforts. And like we discussed and like we highlighted multiple times, it is low code, it's no code, right? So you don't need to write any single line of code if you're someone who is trying to build your own agent in the Copilot Studio. That's a great thing what Microsoft has developed so far. And you can just we discussed, we can just drag and drop your stuff and you can make your own Copilot Studio, maybe an a agent or chatbot. Right. So before we going further into the Copilot Studio live session, or maybe the lab session or demo session, I wish I could, explain more about here the things here, what I can do with my Copilot Studio or maybe the agents what I create. I can categorize this thing to three part, maybe a business to customer or maybe B2C or maybe B2B or B2E. So what does that mean? So when you create a chatbot that it's helping real-time customers, or maybe for example you're building some Copilot chatbot that would do some work like an Amazon chatbot or something, that you would go and purchase something from online, you can track your orders or something. That's kind of a business to customer agent or maybe a chatbot. And there's something called business to business that you would create to for a vendor management Copilot, like assist partners submitting invoice or maybe seeking compliance, right? So there are many things that you could do with that. So that's that the chatbot which you create for your business, that we generally call it as a business to business chatbot or maybe business to business agent and business to employee. So if you have a chatbot in your on premises or maybe an organization which will help you to do your job, or maybe like help IT help desk or maybe any HR stuff or anything, that we generally call it as a business to employee chatbot or maybe an agent. So basically I could just categorize the chatbots or maybe agents into three parts or maybe three ways of business to customer or maybe business to business or maybe business to employees. All right, so that's all about the theory, but I believe let's see in action. So I'm not taking much time, we are already running late. So this is my Copilot Studio. I have already built up many chatbots so far. So I'll show you one chatbot which I have created. Basically there's no generative AI response. Probably this could be the better one for you to start if you're someone literally new to the chatbot and the AI stuff. I'll come here in the topics and I'll show you the board which I have created. You see, I have defined the triggers here, and I have literally said what all the stuff my chatbot could recognize and respond. So this chatbot will tell you how many vacations I left, maybe what's my leave policy stuff, and how many vacations I can take per year. And so it technically it will tell you the leave policy. Okay, so here I have a question. What I'm asking, it's basically a workflow. This workflow, the very first thing, it is triggering the questions and triggering the response, and then it's asking the questions what level you are. So technically thinking, probably this question doesn't really make any sense, because in the organization, generally in the organization, the manager and employees will not have a different maybe a leave policy though. But still I'm just creating a hypothetical situation here. What level are you? I'm just giving two options, one is manager and the employee, and I'm storing that option into a var here and as choice. And I'm just checking the condition here. If the condition is equal to manager, and go ahead and ask one question again: what function you work for, and infrastructure development and finance. And if it is a finance, so go and ask again, maybe sorry, if it is in infrastructure, go and ask which country you are in. So if it's in India, I have a condition here, and if it matches to India, right, so I'll say that you have 3 weeks of vacation as per Indian policy. And if you're from United States, I'll say that you have, say, hold on, you will have a 4 weeks of vacation in US. So and if you have selected any country other than India and US, maybe UK or anything, it will say that it's a not valid country. Only in India and the United States states are the valid country, and it will go back to ask you the question again and again and again. If in case if you selected employee, right? So where is that infrastructure? Okay, here's the thing. So if it's manager, and if you select the employee, and it will say that directly, it will say that you will get 21 days of vacation. So let me test this, and it won't take much time. Maybe let me restart. I'll say, hey, and it'll say that, namaste, how may I help you? I'll say PTO, right? I'm not putting anything, and now it will start executing it. And it started asking me that what level are you, and I'll say manager. Okay, and when I put manager, it'll like it'll give me the next question. What function do you work? I'll say infrastructure. When I'm in the infrastructure, it's again asking that what country you are in, and I'll say that India, right? Maybe I'll say UK, right? So the UK, it's a wrong country. It says that not, it's a not valid country, and only India and United States are the valid country. What country you are in? Again, it's asking. I'll say now it's time. I'll say India. Okay, and it says that as an infrastructure manager, you will get 3 weeks of vacation per year. And I'll go for a a test again. Now I'll say PTO. Let's say the PTO. I'll say employee. It's not putting any more questions. It's directly, it's saying that I'll get 21 days of vacation. So what's happening here? There's no generative response. It's just like, you have hard coded everything without writing any single code. In the vacation days, I have like, literally added everything in the workflow, and it's just checking the conditions and conditions and conditions. And when the condition is matching, it will go for a certain certain stuff. And if the condition is not matching, it will go to the next stuff, and it will continue asking the same thing, and until the condition is matching. And when the condition is matching, it will give you a response, and the flow of that workflow, maybe flow of that agent, will just stop. That's all about this the board. And basically, and you can just, like I said, you can deploy this board to many channels. Like, you can create a demo website, and you can deploy to MS Teams or SharePoint, whatever which we already discussed. And you can just manage your settings here, and maybe the authentication, security stuff, everything here. And if you go to the security, there's something called authentication. And if you're really concerned about the authentication, you must select the second option here, which you can authenticate with the Enra ID and other things. And if you're someone who is really not caring about the authentication, you could just go ahead and select the first one. Okay, and let me show you one other board which I have created recently, which is called Yatra board. And this board will get you the information about the tourist places in India. So you see here, there's something called knowledge. So I have added a knowledge base here, and this is a government official website which is called incredibleindia.gov.in. This website will have all the details about the tourist spots in India. So if you're someone who would like to explore India, and this would be the right website, you must visit and get the details. So now I have literally automated that. You no need to go ahead and check each part in maybe in this website. So what I will do, I will just keep asking the question in this like a sorry, the chatbot. So I have some like maybe a say some cheat questions here. I'll just copy paste that since I don't have time. So what I'm asking here, how do I book train ticket using the IRCTC app from the outside of India? So if you're someone who is living outside of India, so you just wanted to know how to book a train ticket in India, so it'll just guide you how to book the train ticket from India or maybe outside India, right? So like it'll just it's getting the details here, create so and so account, and like in a verification, login, search for the trains and select the trains and passenger details, do the payment, and so and so. So but this bot will not be able to book the ticket because I didn't add any tools that would make the API calls and book the ticket. If you're someone who would like to make this bot more better, and making it like capable to book the ticket, you can come here in the tools, and you can just add the tools like APIs or anything that can connect to many other APIs and website, and do your booking. And also I'll ask what is the best time to hold on best time to visit Delhi, okay, which is India's capital. So I'll just ask that, and I'll see what response I would get it here. So here it is, listing all the details about the Delhi, and it says that October to March is the right time to visit Delhi, and during this period, weather is pleasant, so, and all the details, and like what are the festivals that you could explore in if you are in Delhi, and the events and all of the things, and what are the key attraction to visit in Delhi, right? So what are the markets and what are the plans, so and so, and you could just see that. And if you just look at other things like maybe I'll ask what are the maybe let me copy from my cheat list again. So it's a state in India which called Himachal Pradesh, where you can enjoy the mountains. So I'm asking here where I can find eco-friendly homestays in Himachal Pradesh. These all are the something which you probably look for. It will get you the all details like visit so and so Manali, Dharamshala, and so details and reviews and all. So this how you can just literally go ahead and add a knowledge base here. It can be anything, and you can just go ahead and get the things done, or maybe ask questions in the board, and you can publish it. So always as soon as you're done with your development, you can just publish it, and the publishing stuff will take me 1 or 2 minutes. And you can just come here in the channels and say here you can make it as a demo website. So like it will say that the authentication is blocking me to make it as a public. So what I'll do, I'll just come here in the settings, and quickly I'll go to security. And you see I probably would have selected the authentication as authenticated with Microsoft. I'll change it to no authenticate. So it's giving me a warning, so I'm fine with that warning. And saving changes, it will take a while. Let that take its own time. And I'll go back to my Yatra board. So I'll go to the channels again, and I'll create a demo website. So it could be a public stuff, so I'll save it, and I'll just copy this website, and maybe I'll show you how does the public website will looks like. So here you see, so I'm loading a public website. And if you're someone who would like to use it in a public website, so I'm getting the details here. So yeah, something like it may take a while, because you see I just changed the authentication stuff. So it's still replicating probably. Let's see how long it will take. Still not. Something unexpected. That's weird. It's all about the timing. It's all about the matter of replicating, but it's fine. Let that replicate. So I probably can show you some other board that I have created with different purpose. So I just created a study board, so which will help me to get you the details about particular certain course, about say the some commerce related course. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the channels, and I'll go to the demo website, and I'll just open this stuff, and I'll come back here, and I'll just open it. So I'm getting the details here. So this how your bot will looks like, and here you can ask the questions. Let me see this working or not. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just come back here, and I'll go to the boards again. I'll go to the Yatra board, and I'll go to channels, demo website. I'll copy it again, come back here. Let's see whether this work or not. So it's not working. It's all about the its timing is still replicating. It should work, and it may take a while to replicate the changes what I made here, which you probably would have noticed in the settings, and I changed the authentication method. So what basically this error is stating that when I made this both as a public in the public website, it's not able to communicate. So that error making more sense, because the changes what I made here in the authentication from Microsoft Entra, maybe authenticate with a Microsoft to no authentication, it's still literally replicating. So yeah, that will take a while. Let me try it again for the last time. Still not. Okay, it's fine. I'll leave it here, and yeah, that's all about the agents here. And I have created lots of agents, and that would help you to, like I said, make your business better and better. And if you go to the Yatra bot again, like I said, you can add your tools here. So for example, if I go to ads, or maybe if you want to put a message to a MS Teams, so maybe send an of like email, right? So if you wanted to do something else, you can just come here. And for example, if I go to Microsoft Teams, like you will get more options like what you would like to do with the Teams. Say, I wanna create a chat. I wanna get the message. I wanna create a channel. I want to get the list of teams, whatever. You can just come here and you can do your authentication stuff, and you can create a teams message, or maybe create a chat, or maybe post something in certain teams channel that should work, and respond something to maybe a message that you would get it in a certain teams channel that would work. So these all are the the things that you could try it in your business or maybe in your environment. I will just leave it like this, and there are lots of other options. And when you go to the topics, you could just add the topics as per your wish. Say for example, here there are default topics that you could see start over, right? So if I just go to the systems, I could see the conversation start. So the conversation start is like a dynamic stuff here, and you could see here I'm like yatra about so and so. Instead of hello, I'll say namaste, right? So if I say namaste, all right, and I'll say save it. I'll just come here out of this, and like so why it's not taking. Okay, I'll save it. And now you see it's hello, I'm Yatra Booth so and so. And once it's saved, I'll just go for a test again. Now you see it's changed, and now it's starting the conversation based on the conversation start criteria, what or maybe conversation message what you put here. And you can literally change any system defined topics, and you can create your own topics as well. So you see start over, thank you, and many things. And if you want to create your own topic, and I just say that from blank I want to create a topic, and you can define your trigger here. And like say like we discussed, you can just drag and drop things here, send a message. So if you want to send a message so and so, and that message is equal to so and so, you can just put a certain conditions. So add conditions. So if the message is equal to so and so, and maybe put another conditions again here. So this is the best way to create your own chatbot. It's basically defining the workflows, and but the workflows should be able to generate AI, or maybe a generative AI response. So that's what you're technically doing here. And I believe that's all about for today, all the session. And since we are running late, I'm not dragging this session into other topics.
Thank you so much, Sujin. Even with the time you have demonstrated so perfectly, starting from topics and all stuffs, I think you give, I mean, holistical approach of how to use Copilot Studio with real, I mean, hands-on demonstration, starting from the HR one, we can apply our leave applications, and
Right.
then also we can surf and get the information about particular website as a knowledge base, right?
Yep,
That's
yep,
really
yep.
great. Yeah. So
uh,
yeah, I
yes.
think it's already late in your side also,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially audience also. So this happens normally. That's why I try several times. So what happened the first session will take 5 minutes or 10 minutes extra, then cumulative second will take some time, and then this all get collected, and at last the delay will become too much.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
we tried several times this one to minimize, but somehow it's because all our speakers or even anyone comes with some of their expertise, and they want to demonstrate something, so which we cannot ask them to cut or just stop because of time, because I want them to complete their session, and also if they have a complete sessions, it will be useful for attendees as well. So
Right.
yeah, and Sujin, I would like to collaborate with you again in for our upcoming sessions as well.
Sure,
Please
sure,
be
buddy.
connected with us, and I
Sure.
really enjoyed your session truly. And
Thanks a
another
lot.
thing is best is I got some history knowledge, like it started from 50s, right?
Right.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing that historical information as well.
Yeah, before we wrap up, I see one question. Is it possible, quick demo show how to enable the interaction between different agents in Copilot Studio? As you could
Hmm.
see my screen, I can add a different agent if you have any agent that you already built it, right? So you can just, go ahead and go to the Copilot Studio, any agent that you already built it, and you can just add that agent as a probably nesting agent or something you call it as. I don't know technically what it called, but still you can just add those agent as a child agent, and that would collaborate and that would work. All right, that's all about
Okay.
it. Yep.
I mean, this is also interesting topic. Like, let's say we have already one agent and we want to build something, but there is some part of that existing agent also we can use. That will help us to build something like that, right?
Right, it is.
Yes, yes, yes. I think that's a very good thing. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep,
Yeah.
thanks a lot for having me, and happy to connect everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I will, so it's already being late, but our attendees, please try to connect Sajin in his LinkedIn. And if you have any concern, he will be happy to help you. Thank you so much. Now, I don't have any agenda much because we already are late because I was planning to do something in the end, but I don't think I should do it right now. So, with that all, I'd like to conclude this event. And thanks to all the speakers coming with their exciting, I can say, latest topic, and mostly which is really, really hot topic for these days. So all the speakers comes with their own topic, and those were really good, and all was based on the AI agent. Thank you, everyone. Also, I would like to appreciate our attendees. I know we are already late, but thanks for being and connecting with us till now. So, thank you so much, everyone. And we are ending this session. However, if you have any further question, maybe you can reach to our group and ask the question. You can even reach to the particular speaker, and also to let you know, like, we will be uploading the recording in YouTube. We will also announce that in our group. Thank you so much. Have a good day or good night, everyone.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye bye.